How you doing, Land M1F? I see you, Land M1F. How are you doing? Tell me where you're watching from, and welcome, welcome. How you doing right now? Do do da do 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 da da. Let me love you, my beauty, yeah. No, 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 do do do. Let one. Late in morning said, I'm your biggest fan. Thank you for being my biggest fan, yeah. Do 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 do. Tell me what you wanted. Do 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 do. Tell me what you want. Tell me where you're watching from, yeah. I see you change your bug in the beauty, saying, can you play? Da-da-da-do. No, 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 no. But I can sing your name. I can sing your name. Team Ja, 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 ja. Do 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 do. Tell me where you're watching from. I see you all. Welcome, welcome here. Let me introduce myself. Yeah, yeah. I see you, Kevin's in the building. I see you, Leandra Otis in the building, saying, dude, to love somebody. So I see you, Emily, in the building, yeah. You say play it, but I don't know it. No, no, yeah. I see you, body. Is that booty, Michael? My booty in the building. Welcome. Whoa. Listen. Tell me where you are watching from. I go by the name Pentatonickc. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you like what you're hearing, just keep on tapping on your screen. I see you selling, sing this, sing this. This life has helped me achieve my dreams. Gone, an IKEA dining table. I know IKEA. I wouldn't have done it without this inspirational life. I truly think the creator for this is amazing. Let's end it with that. I see you, Lucas, in the building. I'm gonna take you out of here. We don't need no bad energy. It's just gotta be a good one, right? So have a nice day. We don't need that heat. So have a nice day. We don't need that energy in this place. Yeah. Just give me some minutes. I gotta restore. Word was done. Listen. When a man loves a woman, do you know exactly how it feels? Yeah. Welcome here, I go by the name Pentatonickc, yeah. Listen, yeah. I see you, Buddy Michael, in the building, saying hi. Yeah. Tell me where you're watching from. Make sure whatever you type is something positive. If you don't, I'm gonna take you away from here, 'cause I don't need no energy that's not supposed to be here. You've been warned, you've been warned, yeah. The next one that comes is gonna take you out of here. Just make sure we put a smile on everyone's face. So we gotta make the world a better place. That's what it is, yeah. warachimalo gini kangeji warachimalo gini kangeji warachimalo gini kangeji warachimalo Hagamejiaja Yeah. I see you bought it, Michael. You said I'm watching from Duduza, need you a quality. How do you say that? And I'm interested in playing the keyboard. My problem is my money to pay for my lessons. You're a genius. Yeah. So, this is what I can do to support you, Buddy Michael. Now, there's a difference. Most of the time, people might need something, but they tend not to take it serious. So, because you can find someone that can give you that lesson free, but the question is, how serious are you going to be about it? I see your dance in the building, said okay. Listen. I see you, Lauren in the building says, okay. Lauren in the building says, okay. Listen, gini kam geji, warachimalo. Gini kam geji, warachimalo. Gini kam geji, warachimalo. Gini kam geji. Warachimalo. Hagamejiaja, Hagameji Hagameji Bamba, Wakunatanchara Ewa, Hagameji Obimo, 매지 트라이마 하가 매지 자리마 하가 매지 밤밤 밤밤 나타나라 해와 하가 매지 뭐 지원아 I see you, Buddy Michael. Buddy Michael said, I'm prepared to take my lessons seriously, because that is what I have been wanting to do and learn. Anak boyo yenzaputa neluwanile. Anak boyo Jesus, anak boyo Emmanuel, anak boyo yenzaputa neluwanile. Anak boy Jesus, anak boy Emmanuel, anak boy yang saputa neluwanile. I don't do any rap songs, but I just freestyle. Yeah. So I was saying, do you do any rap songs? No. Do you do any rap songs? No. Do you do any rap songs? No. Yeah, no. Just taking you down a different road. Ibong galaban Jisulawe Onye bere Ibong galaban Ibong galaban mo Ibong galaban Jisulawe. and sang. That's amazing, that is amazing. That I do, you do. Welcome everybody in this place. I welcome you all in this place. Ibon Galaba, yeah. Ibon Galaba mo. Welcome, welcome. Ibon Galaba, Ibon Galaba mo. Ibon Galaba Jisulawe, yeah. Ibon Galaba Jisulawe, yeah, yeah. Ibon Galaba Jisulawe, onye bere. Ibon Galaba, yeah, bamo. Ibon Galaba Jisulawe. How you all doing? Welcome right here. I go by the name Pentatonickc. If you're having a good time, let's keep tapping on that screen, alright? Lauren said, oh, what language is this? Singing in Igbo language. That is the language I'm singing in, yeah. Idima, yeah. Idima, Idima, Idirobimoma. It says, you are good, you are kind, you are good, you've been so good to me. Idima, Idirobimoma, Onyekeruwa Idima. So let's take you on a journey to South Africa. Yebonko siyami giyakuta giyakutanda. Yebonko siyami giyakutanda. Yakutanda. Yeah, yeah. Do, 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 do. I see you, Lauren. Number two. Yakutanda, Yakutanda, Yebo Kusiya, Yakutanda, Yakutanda. Yebo Nkosi yami. Can you play one of your favorite songs? So I would do that, and I would do that, I would do that. One of my favorite songs, favorite song, favorite song, favorite song, favorite song, favorite song. Yeah, 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 yeah. Listen. Yebo Nkosi yami, Ngiyakutanda, Ngiyakutanda. I see you, Joshua, in the building. Joshua said, respect always. Welcome everyone. So now this is the time you wanna ask some questions, and I'll be ready to answer them. Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. So this is what I'm gonna do for the people that want to improve their skills on the piano. You have to check on my YouTube and make sure you have subscribed, 'cause I'm gonna leave a message in the community tab so you can join my free lessons. Listen and listen. Make sure you subscribe on my YouTube channel so that you can be added to the community tab. And on the community tab, I'm gonna join you in the free lessons. Make sure you do that, yeah. Alright, this is the time to ask some questions. Just tell me what you wanna do. Yeah. So tell me where you're watching from. Yeah, yeah, the do what I do. I'm waiting for you. Just type your questions in the comments. Let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright, so Joshua says, sir, for most of the upcoming pianists, usually just want to solo but don't know how to go about it, especially with chord progression, sir. And you do give us an explanation. Alright, so here's the thing. So I'm gonna use this song as an example to explain that. So there's several things you can use to create that. And take note that you want to approach a solo. You have to consider a couple of things. For example, you want to worship Yahweh through music and give praise to Him, for His glory and mercy is sufficient for me. So listen, Joshua and Booty Michael Mabuti. So make sure you follow, you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can add you to the community tab. So that's gonna be the group of people that I'm gonna be giving free music lessons, all right? So, because I need to be sure of the people that need that, then to determine how we're gonna go about that, all right? So, but it's very important that you should also able to afford data, all right? Have data. All right, so let's move on to Joshua's question. So the first thing you want to be aware of is your scale. All right, your scale. So I'm going to stop this progression because the progression is going to be too much for you to grab. So I'm just going to keep it on one chord. So I'll keep it on one chord. Which chord should I use? So let me put it on C so that it'll be easy for you to understand. So let me put it on just so tell me what chord you want. Now we can start here basically on maybe C. We'll leave it on C. Now remember, I told you that you should know your scale. So if you know your chords, you know how your scale relates to your chord. So in this case, we have the chord, which is your C, E, and G. All right? I see you, Stravers. How you doing? From Grace, welcome back again. So, you have your C, you have your E, and you have your G. So the most important thing when you're doing your solo, remember your scale. So those notes are very important, which is your C, E, and G. We're going to start from the basics. Now, there are so many other things you can consider as well. So I'm going to sing it as well, apart from just playing it, so that it makes sense to you. So we have do, do. So we have, so remember that note is very important. Then we also have this one. So that note is also important as well. Then we have so this is what you can do now. You can move from the C to the E. You can move from C to the E, which is you see that? Or you can do. So what am I doing? The notes that is important is where I stay on. So in this case now, I'm approaching the E. You need to start from there, all right? So we can also say you start from your C and your E and you approach your G. You see that? So take note, we are making sure we follow that scale. So we have options. See that? You can also do. Now take note that the rhythm of the music is what will make it feel beautiful. So now, what I'm doing right now is take note of movements that you can have. You can have ascending, you can have descending. So if you're following so far, before I move ahead, because it's getting complicated, it's going to get complicated now. So type in the comments if you're following now, so that I'm sure that you're enjoying what we're doing right here before I move further. And be sure that you're following all through before I get to this point now, because it might be confusing at this point now. So let me know if you're following. Like I told you, we're going to start from basics. All right, you're following. All right, that's great. So we can have ascending, we can have descending. So from this point now, all right, great, Woody Michael. So if anyone is also following, we can type that in the comment as well. So you can either go ascending, you can also go descending. So ascending is you going, which is C, D, G, sorry, C, D, E. Then you can also go back descending, which is E, D, C. Now let me show you something you can build with that, as small as that. Now remember, I told you notes that are important, which is your C, E, and G, all right? So what we can do, we can take ascending, then we go to those important notes. So what I mean is this, you can do like this. So you see what I'm doing? Now, let me explain what is happening there. So I did the ascending of the C, D, E. So the C, D, E. Then I used the inversion of that same chord. Remember, we're on the C major chord. The C major chord. So I did the C, D, E, then inversion, which is G, C, E. Now remember, if you're talking about the chord can be placed anyhow. It could be C, E, G, E, G, C, G, C, E. What matters is it's still the same chord, but you're placing the alphabets differently. So that's where inversion comes in play. So that's called inversion. So if you look at the inversion, we have you see that? So in this case now, so if you notice, I'm trying to use a rhythm that is going to move well with this music. Remember, we are starting from the basics because it can get more complicated than this. So if you don't get this part, then you will not get the other part. So we have now, let me know if that is making sense to you now. So what we are doing now is just using C to E, and we're now applying the inversion of the chord, if that makes sense. So type that in the comment if you're following. If you're confused about anything, also type that in the comment. I'll definitely explain that again. So that's the reason why if you join the community, we'll be able to break it down very, very simple, and it's going to be something that will be going on in a series. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and make sure once you subscribe, I'm going to add you to the community tab. So once I post on that community tab, you can then indicate you want to join that free class. All right? So now we have Are you with me now? You can also do this. Are you with me? Let me know if you're following or you don't understand what I'm doing. I can explain that before I move more than this now. Alright, you're with me. Alright. So the most important thing now is you need to know the scale to be able to move that way. So remember, we have one example. Alright, great, I see you're following. Or you're a little bit confused. Okay, let me bring it back again so that you're not confused. Remember, what is the chord? What is the chord? Type the chord in the comments. Let's be sure you are following. What is the chord again? And type the notes of the chord. Let me be sure you're following. Type the notes of the chord in the comments. So that way we're going to be following properly. Type the notes of the chord in the comments. Then we can move on knowing that you're following. All right, so we got that now. So the chord is C, E, G. So for C major triad chord, you say it's C, E, G. Correct. So now, I want you to think of the alphabets. Think of alphabets. I mean, go back to school, okay? So, meaning we're looking at A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let me see if I can write something out so that you're following. All right, so let me know, do you know how to read music? Do you know how to read music? If you don't know how to read music, I'll explain it in a way you can understand easily. All right, you don't know how to read music. So what about you, Joshua? What about you, Joshua? Okay, yes, but as beginner. So now, let me tell you something about reading music. Reading music is actually easy than you think. It's very, very easy. Reading music is very, very easy. I mean, very, very easy. So, remember your alphabets. Okay? So your alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I think what's showing on your screen is reversed, right? Is it reversed? Okay, it depends on for what instrument. So here's the thing. Reading music is the same for almost every instrument. The only thing that is different is the clef. Oh, it's reversed. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me put it properly so that you can see. But let me know, is the write-up on the board, is it big enough for you to see? Before I bother myself about putting it properly so that you can read it properly. So is it big enough that you can see? Let me know before I go ahead and put it reverse so that you can see it properly and read properly. Oh, it's fine, it's good. But will you be able to read it like that? Because I can reverse it so that you can see it properly now. So let me know, type that in the comment. You want me to reverse it so that you can see it and read it properly? I can do that. You just have to give me a second to do that. Okay, I should reverse it. So, okay, I should reverse it. Okay, Amy, Maker, Amy says reverse it, and Curtis says reverse it. Okay, so make sure you guys are following or subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to create a community tab to give people free music lessons. So, but if you don't subscribe and make sure you're following me, you will not see the message when I post that on the community tab. So let me quickly just reverse it now. Alright, so you just have to give me 1 second, because now I have to check so that I can see your comments as well. So I see a comment. Curtis says much better. All right. So give me a second. Still trying to make sure I get the next as well. All right, so let me know if you can hear me now. to also sort out this one as well to be sure you can hear me as well. So type that in the comment if you can hear me, let me know. Okay, so we can hear you. I see. All right, great. All right, great. So now here's the thing. If you want to learn how to read music, A, B, C. Let me stop this for a second. D, E, F, and G. So that's the first thing you want to remember. Like, it is being repeated several times. Let me take this out of the way. Can you still hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me. Then, just a second, let me make sure we have this as well. So let me know if you can still hear me, because I had to take the microphone off so that you can see what I'm writing properly. Okay, all right, great. So now the most important thing you want to remember or know is your alphabet, this 7 alphabet. If you want to learn how to read music, see this 7 alphabet. The next thing you want to remember is that all this alphabet keep repeating itself. Oh, there's a cracking noise, yeah. My baby was making that noise. So the first thing you want to remember is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that keeps repeating itself on and on. So that repeats itself on and on. Then the next thing you also want to take note is that it can go forward and it can go backwards. So wait, let me give you this one so that you're not disturbing my ear. Hold on, let me put it for you. All right, take. No, it's fine. All right. Yes. All right. So, Amy, let me know if you can see that properly now, and how's the sound where you are as well. So, the next thing you want to realize is that all these lines, you see all these lines. So let me clean this out. So let me clean all this alphabet out. All right, so the next thing you want to realize is that all these lines and spaces represents the notes on your keyboard. That's all you need to know. So all those lines and all the space, they represent the lines. These lines and spaces, they represent the notes of your keyboard. So this line represents a note. This space represents a note. This line represents a note. Space represents a note. Line represents a note. Space represents a note. Line represents a note. Space represents a note. Line represents a note. Even the top one as well represents a note, which is the space. And even the bottom one as well represents a note. So all you need to remember is using this alphabet. So use this alphabet. So this symbol is just telling you what the first line will be. Think of it that way. Don't think too much about it. This symbol is telling you what the alphabet, the first line will be. That's what that symbol is doing. So like somebody said, if you know how to read music, it depends on the instrument. Now, this is where that difference now appears. So the instrument you are playing will determine what clef you are using, because this is called a clef. So it is that clef that will tell you what instrument that music is written for, or what the first line will be. So as related to the principle of whatever note on the stave, they are the same. They are the same. So let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. Type that in the comments. Let me know if you are following, because I need to get that response to be sure you're following and for me to keep moving on. And don't forget, if you're enjoying what we are doing, you also have to keep tapping on your screen as well. All right, I see you, Marlon Joseph. So make sure if you have not subscribed, click on that subscribe button. All right, so that, because we're going to be having this on, and we'll also create a group for everyone that is going to be receiving this free music lessons. All right, you're following. I see you, Buddy Michael. What about Joshua? Lauren, whoever is also watching as well. Are you following? All right, so let me know if you're following. Type that in the comment. So now, remember, I said always remember this alphabet. This alphabet. So if you're using this clef, which is called a treble clef, the first line is going to be your E. The first line is going to be your E. So what does that mean? Look for E on your instrument. It's the same E. Don't worry, we are going to be talking about the exact pitch later on. The particular E, because if you look at the keyboard, there are different E's. Don't worry about that right now. The most important thing you want to note is that it is your E. Are you with me? Let me know if you are following. No. So let me know if you are following. So E. So once we have E, because we're using this clef, then the next space is going to be the next alphabet, because you have to look at the next alphabet. Then the next line is going to be what? The next alphabet, which is G. Then the next space, remember we're going line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. That's how we keep going up. All right? So after G, the next we have is A. So that should be in the second space. Then after A, what do we have? B. So B should be the next line. Then after B, the next we should have is C. Then C should be in the space. Then after C, what do we have? D. Then the next should be on the line. Then after D, what do we have? Is E. So E should be the next, which is in the space. Then after E, the next should be what? F. Then F should be the next, which is the line. So the same principle, since we stopped at F here, even if we go to this other space that is up, after F, the next alphabet is what? G. G can also be on top of here. So make sure you're tapping your screen. Make sure you're tapping your screen. So that way, more people will be able to join in and also get this free opportunity as well. So that way, that encourages me to give you these free lessons and keep that going. So now, this is E. So remember, E going forward, we have to get F. So if you want to get something that is below E, you have to go backwards. So in that case, if E is coming down, remember E is on the line. Then remember we're following the sequence: line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. So in this case now, since E is on the line, we'll come down to the space. Then if E is coming down, remember what is under is D. All right, so before I move to the next thing, let me know, do you understand what we have so far? If you are following, type that in the comments. If you are following so far, let me know. Let me know, because that keeps me going on and making sure you are following every step of the way. Type that in the comment. Let me be sure you are following. Okay, I see you. Marlon Joseph says yes, following. Okay, I do understand. All right, great. So that's the first thing you want to understand. So it means that anytime you see a note on the first line, it means that note is what? E. That's all that means. Anytime you see a note on the first line, it means play your E. So you look for your E on your instrument and play your E. The same thing. Now, for the treble clef, E, the same E can be used for the voice. So it's same E if you want to sing that. So for instance, maybe this note, they say sing how. So it will be how. You understand? Because it's the same sound and the same E, if that makes sense. All right? So whether you're playing a bass guitar or playing an electric guitar, it's the same thing. So the only difference with a bass guitar is that the bass guitar is going to use another clef. That is the only difference. But the principle on the stave is the same, if that makes sense. So for instance, if I see a note on the third line, so tell me what alphabet is that on the third line? What note is that? What alphabet is on the third line? Type that in the comments. Oh, music teacher. I was just seeing you as an Indian classical teacher, music teacher. I can appreciate you, but I honestly don't like Western music. I don't do just one music. I do a wide range of music genres, not just one music. I do jazz, I do pop, I do classical, I do blues, I do reggae, I'm not one type. So because I do a wide range of music genres. So type that in the comment. What note is the third line? Type that in the comment, then we can move on. B, correct. B, correct. So that shows you are following. So let me give you another quick trick to remember that. So if you put your hands up like this, take your hand. I see you. Okay, Joshua, great. So take your hand like your hand is your stave. This is a simple way I teach so that you understand it. This is the first line. You can take this as the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Then you can take this as the first space, second space, third space, and fourth space. So now it simply means if we are using treble clef, you can count from your E, which is E. So E, F, G. Once you get to G, what do? You go back to A. A, B, C, D, E, F. So if you can use your hand to remember, all you need to know is that you're starting from E. So now what happens is that there is a way to quickly identify these note names without counting one after the other. So that is where, if you hear people, they say, every good boy deserves food. So where that comes from is that they had to take all the alphabets of the lines. Remember, this is E, so which is here, E. Then they take the next line, which is E, F, and this is G. So you see, this is G. Then they take the next line. After G, remember, we go back to A. This is A, and this is B. So, which is this one, B here. Then after B, remember, we have C, and we have D. So after B, we go to D. Then after D, we have E, and we go to F. So which is F. So F is here. So let me know if you got that. So all we have is the lines, which is line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. So these are all the 5 lines, the alphabet of the 5 lines. So in this case now, what was done was they had to use every letter to form a word. So E, they use E to write, to say every. Every. Remember, E for egg, E for elephant, E for envelope, whatever. So in this case, every. Then G for good. Then B for boy. Then D for deserves. Deserves. Then F for food. So the sentence now is every good boy deserves food. Or you can say every good boy deserves Fanta. So how did they come up with that? So what's the essence of that? The essence of that is, let me clean all this alphabet now so that you use your brain now to follow it. Because all this alphabet will not be written when you see an actual music. So let me take it out. Remember, I told you this is just the basics. I will take it to a better level. Okay? Like Joshua said, he understands just as a beginner. Then we can take it to the point whereby you start learning to read properly, not as a beginner again. And they will give you music book and you'll be able to read it. So I've cleaned all the alphabet. So now here's the thing. If you see a note, let's say on the fourth line, you see a note on the 4th line, what you do is you use since it's on the line, you use this sentence, which is every good boy deserves. So once you get deserve, which is D, you know it's your D. So you know this note is a D. So if you see a note here on the 5th line, so tell me what note that is. Type that in the comment. What note is that? Type that in the comments. What note is that in the comments? Tell me what note is that?
All right. So remember, Joshua got it F. Marlon got it F. So Buddy Michael, it's not A. So remember this. Every good boy deserves food, which is F. So let me explain it another way so you don't make that mistake. So what you can also do is use your fingers, use your fingers, and all you need to do is jump every other alphabet. Jump every alphabet. So let me show you an example. So here, if we start from E, to get the five lines, start from E. Then from E, jump this F and get to G. That's your second line. From G, jump your A to get your B. That's your third line. From B, jump this one and get to this one. That's your fourth line. Then from D, jump this one and get this one. That is your fifth line. If that makes sense. Let me know if you understand now, Buddy Michael. So that is how you quickly remember the names of the lines and spaces. Now we are going somewhere with this, because I know some of you will say, let me bring this up. We're going somewhere with this. So let me know, okay, you understand now, Buddy Mike, that's good. So now, here's the difference. Even if you have, like somebody said, it depends on the instrument. Let me tell you the same thing, it's the same principle. The only difference is if you are using the bass clef, the bass clef is drawn like this. That's how you draw the bass clef. You draw the bass clef like this. Then you put like 2 dots. So now the principle is the same. Welcome, Enoch Seeker. All right. So make sure you click on the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, because we're going to be creating free content and free music lessons for a lot of people. All right. So now, here's the thing. Whether it's a bass clef, the only difference. No noise. So the difference is that the bass clef, remember I told you with the treble clef, it is going to be E. The treble clef is going to be E. But for the bass clef is going to be G. It's going to be G. So you use the same principle. The principle is not different. Like I told you, remember, it's the same. So if you start from G, what you do is you skip A and take B. So it will be G, skip A, take B. After B, skip C, take D. After D, skip E, take F. After F, we're going to skip G and take A. So let me know if you understand so far. Type that in the comments. Let me know if you understand that so far. Type that in the comments. Come, let me go and give you a list so you don't give me wahala. Okay? Yeah, go. All right, all right. So I had to just attend to her so that I will not be disturbed. What is it? Go, go, go. What is it? All right. So you understand it now, Joshua. No, no noise. No noise. No noise. All right. No noise. Okay. So now, let me be sure now you understand that so far. So this is the same thing for your bass clef. So the bass clef is the same. So the same principle. No, 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 no. So it means anytime you see a note on the third line for the bass clef. So what would you do? You start from your G. So you take your hands like this. So which would be G, you skip A and go to B. You skip C and go to D. The same thing. So if you quickly want to remember the bass clef, so that's how you quickly remember it. So, but if you want to use, no noise. So, but if you want to use sentence to remember, what you do is you use the same principle to form a sentence. So let's go back to the treble clef so that it makes sense what we're talking about right now. So we had to just address that comment that said it depends on the instrument so that the person understands better. All right. So in this case now, no noise. So in this case we have every good boy deserves food for the lines. So remember, it's every good boy deserves food for the lines for the treble clef. Then for the space, look at it. We have E. So here will be F. So F, skip G. No noise. F, skip G and take A, which will be F A. Then from A, skip B and take C, which will be F A C. Then from C, skip D and take E. So we have F A C E. So for the space, we have F A C E. And you know what that means. So if you want to remember that one, F A C E space, which is face, a face of a person. So if you want to remember, and let's say we have a note in the second space, what would you use? You will use this one, face. And if you want to remember, so how do you locate it? You can use this hand method, which is F, skip G, and take A. So you know it's your A. So if you want to use that hand method, or if you just want to remember this, which is face. So let me know if that makes sense, if you are following, because we'll make it more practical now. We'll make it more practical now so that you see that you are already reading. Looking for. So let me know if you understand now. Type that in the comments. Wait, no noise. All right. So I see your comment. You say you understand. All right. I need to get response from everyone. Let's be sure you are following. So I only see Buddy Michael said you understand. So because we are moving into something much more practical now. I need to get your comments. So before we move on, type that in the comments. I need to see your comment, then we can move on. All right, type that in the comment because I only see Buddy Michael, Joshua. So type that in the comment because we are moving forward. All right. So now this is where we are moving to now. If you're using the drums, the drums is the same thing. So let's address all the instruments. Let's address at least the basic instrument, maybe not all the instruments. Let's address all the basic instruments. So if you're using drums, the principle is just different, that every lines and every space will now represent the kit of your drums. So every lines and every space will represent either your kick or your snare or your hi-hat or your cymbal or your first tom, your second tom, and your third tom. Do you understand? So that's basically just the difference, and the clef is going to be different. But when we come into the counting of itself, these different notes, as you see, all this basically represents how the notes should be played. So all this, so let's put that together. So that's all what this represents, how the notes will be played. So I'm going to clean all this so that we can now make this much more practical. All right, let me know, are you following me so I can clean this and let's get into something practical. Type that in the comment if it's fine for me to clean this, then we can now move into something much more practical. All right, so Marlon Joseph said yes. So let me know. Joshua, Buddy Michael. Let me know if I can clean that now, because we're going to move into something much more practical and get into the instruments. All right. All right, Buddy Michael and Joshua says yes. Okay, so I'm going to clean that off. Let me get this. All right, so now if we have this, we have this. Okay, so now type in the comment, what instrument do you play? Marlon, what instrument? Buddy Michael, what instrument? And Joshua, what instrument? So that we are sure that everyone is on the same page, so that it doesn't look like your instrument is different from what is happening. So, but if we don't want to look at the instrument, let's look at just the note itself. So Joshua, I think that should be keyboard, right? Joshua is a keyboard, then Buddy Michael, I guess that should be piano as well, keyboard or piano. Then Marlon Joseph, what instrument? Buddy Michael, keyboard as well. Then Marlon Joseph. So I'm only going to violin, already 10 years. Okay, violin. All right, so violin, we have Amy. Amy says violin. Violin also uses the treble clef. So we're on the same page. So if you look at the treble clef, we're waiting for Marlon Joseph. What instrument? So I'm only just going to focus on people that are typing in the comment and responding. So that's the reason you have to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Then I'm going to open a group of only interested people. I don't want random people. People that are not commenting or not saying anything, I'll just take it that they're just watching and not interested. So only people that are interested to make sure they learn. Those are the people I'm going to spend my time on. So Marlon Joseph, what instrument? Is it keyboard, bass, guitar? Okay, keyboard. Okay, keyboard, getting my keyboard out. Okay, perfect. So now let's look at the treble clef. So in this case, we can even put everybody on the same page so that there is no confusion. So anytime you see this note, anytime you see this note, it simply means one beat, one beat. So don't think about it too much. Don't think about it too much. So if you see a treble clef, for instance, and you see this note, so take note, this note could be written like this, or it could be written like this. Okay, so if you look at it like this, then when you have it like this, you see opposite way and like this. So here's the thing. This note represents one beat. Remember, when you see notes like this, what you are focusing on is the head. This part doesn't really mean so much. This is the head you want to focus on to tell you where that note is. Okay? So once you focus on that note, it's going to tell you what note it is. So now let's see if you were really following all through. So what note is this one? And what note is this one? So type that in the comment. What note is this and what note is this? So remember, you can use your hands to calculate. So type that in the comment. What note is this and what note is this? So this note is in the second space and this one is in the third space. So type that in the comment. Let's be sure we are following along. Come, let me put it on for you. All right, A and C. All right, that is correct. A and C. Correct. So now it means if we see this note, this particular type of note, which is in the second space, it's simply saying play A. And this one is saying play C. That's all it means. But now this shape of note is telling you how you are going to play that C and how you're going to play that A. That's what that shape of note means. So in this case, this note, think of it this way. You have to learn to count beats with your head. So when your head goes down, that's when you play the note. So let's count it this way. We're going to do like this. A, C. So that's how you play it. So it should be A, C, which is A, C. So let's play that. We have A, C, A, C, A, C. That's how you need to learn to count with your head. So if you don't want to count with your head, you could use your leg, your feet. So it means when your leg comes down, that's when you play the note. Remember, I said this note is going to be one beat. One beat. So let me know if you understand that. Type that in the comments. If you understand that, type that in the comments so that we'll know we are moving on. If you understand that, type that in the comment, then we'll move to the next note. If you understand that, type that in the comments. Then we'll move to the next note. Okay, you understand? Buddy Michael says, you understand? Then the next person. Amy, let me know if you're still there. And are you following us? Type that in the comments. Understand. Marlon Joseph says understand. Type that in the comment. Let's be sure you understand. Joshua, let's be sure you understand. Now, in order for us to move forward as well, I'll also use an example. Okay, I understand. Just where we got the response from Joseph as well. So, in order for us to have a perfect understanding, I will use a song to explain that, so that makes sense. So I'm also going to think of a song that probably everybody will know. So in this case now, remember we said this is one beat, and have the beat when your head goes down, or you could use your feet when your feet goes down, or you could use your hand when your hand goes down. Now, what is the benefits? What is the benefit? For guitar, if it's a guitar, you're playing, let's say you want to strum your guitar as a chord. For instance, if you want to play your guitar as a chord using this note, your hand is already going down. So let it be when your hand goes down. All right? So the same way as well, if we want to look at it as a chord, So in this case, a C chord, let's look at a C chord. Remember the C chord, which is C, E, G. So let's write the C chord since we know how to read the music now. So let's write the C chord. It is C, E, G. All right, so let's write the C chord now. So let's clean this one. Let's clean this one. So remember, the C, this is F, A, C. Remember, F, A, C. Happy Monday, welcome Daniel, Barry. We're doing some music class at the moment. How are you doing and where are you watching from, Daniel? So now, remember, this is E and this is F, A, C. So for the space, we have F, A, C. So it means it's the third space. So the third space, what F, A, C. So we're going to start from C. So this will be C. This will be C. And this will be E. Remember, after C, we jump D and go to E. So E is the fourth space. Then the next we'll have now will be G. So after E, remember E, the next alphabet after E is F. So we have to jump F and move to G. So this line is the F we are jumping, and this is the G. All right, so now what we have now, this is C, E, G. Now take note that everything is written together. Now what that means is that all these notes, you see, they are written on top of each other. It means that note should be played together. So that's what we call harmony. You play all of them at the same time. But now we only talked about this note. So let's talk about this note we are using as example. So let me find that particular note. So that note is this one. So this note represents 4 beats. And that 4 beats will be held for 4. You need to hold the note as long as 4 beats. So remember, I told you this one is 1 beat. And how do we get 1 beat? It's when the head goes down, which is 1. So it means if we want to play this C chord using this note, it will be C. You see that? C. So remember, we are playing the 3 notes together now, which is C, E, and G. So that's 1 beat using this note. But since we are going to use this one, it means we are going to hold it for 4 beats. So it means you hold the beat down for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how long you hold a chord for. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So let me use a sound that we sustain so that you understand the difference. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember, I count. So remember, I count every time my head goes down. So let me know if you're following, and if you understand this, type that in the comments. Let me know if you're following. Type that in the comments if you understand so far. Type that in the comments if you understand so far. All right, we get Booty Michael says, you understand? Joshua, Marlon Joseph, Amy, are you with us? Amy, are you with us? No noise, no noise. All right, Booty Michael says, you understand? I need to wait for you, the other ones. If you understand, then we can move on. Because the only way we can keep moving on is when you type in the comments. So let me know. That way I know I'm not just wasting my time talking. All right? And I know I'm talking to people. So I'm only just doing this because you want this. All right, because I already know this, so I don't have to be asking myself if I understand already. So if I get feedback from you, then I know we are making headway. Okay. All right, Marlon Joseph. No worries. All right, so now we have Booty Michael and we have Joshua. All right, so let's move on. So that is for this note. So you have to hold it for 4 beats, and this one we're having, if we use this note, we're doing that for 1 beat. All right. So now let's move to this one. Now take note, I said this is going to be played as a chord because it is written together. So it means if they are written separately, so it means if you write it separately, let's say this one comes first, then followed by this one, then this one comes. So if you look at it, this came first, and this came next, and this came next. So you have to play C before you play E and before you play G. So in this case now, for you to play this one, it will be C, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. So if you notice, I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's use a beat so that will make much more sense to you. So let me look for a beat, because we are always going to be applying this thing in music. That's the only way it's going to make sense. So let's say we have All right. So let's play this one now. Melody, not the harmony. One after the other. So be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So follow the movement of my head. So that's how you count the beat. So you need to know how to count the beat first, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now if we're going to play it as a chord, remember as a chord will be written together. So in this case now, we'll be playing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that makes sense. So I played it a couple of times. So let me just play it once. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how you play that as a chord. So now let's move to this one. Let's move to this one. So this one is going to be, as you notice, we have one of this and we have two of this. Now, this is where it becomes very, very too technical for beginners. Let me make it very simple. If this is 1, this will be half, half. All right? So that's how you need to understand that. So give me just a second. All right, are you following me now? So I said if this is 1, this will be half, half. Meaning that, let's take for instance, this is $1. This will be 50 cent, 50 cent. If you're watching from Nigeria, if this is 1 naira, this will be 50 kobo, 50 kobo. If you're watching from South Africa, if this is 1 rand, this will be 50 cent, 50 cent. At the end of the day, 2 of this is equivalent to this. Let me know if you understand that calculation. Type that in the comments if you understand that calculation before I move ahead, because you need to understand the calculation before I try to play it. Then I will combine everything together. That is where beginners get confused. All right, I get you, Marlon, Joseph. Type that in the comment if you understand so far. If you're just jumping in for the first time, we're going to be having free music lessons for a selected group of people. So if you're enjoying this so far, type that in the comment. That way I know that we're making headway. All right. So Joshua, so are you with me? Let's be sure we're still here. All right. So in this case, remember I said if this is $1, this would be 50 cent, 50 cent. So meaning if this is 1, this is half, half. Remember, how do we play this? We play this when the head goes down. Now, the way we are going to play this one, this first one will be when the head is down, and this second one will be when the head goes up. So it will be pa, pa. So in this case now, let's say we are playing C on this note. So let's clean all this for proper perspective. All right. So while we're all right. So let's draw that line. Well, so make sure you're also tapping on your screen and also sharing this live stream as well. All right. So that way we have more people to come and learn this for free as well. So now, if we have this, I'm going to use the same alphabet so it's not complicated. All right. So let's say we have C, and we're going to use this note. So remember I told you that the notes can either be written like this, or it could be written like this. So the difference is, take for instance, if a note is here, there's space up here, so it's ideal to go up. Now think about it. If this note comes down here, it's now going off the stave. So it's ideal that you take this up so that the music stays inside of the stave. That is only when you are writing music for just one instrument. If you are writing for multiple instruments or multiple people, that's a different ball game entirely. All right. So, and when we have a note here, it's ideal that this can come down. Instead of going up like this, it's going to go off the stave. So it's just a concept. Think about it that way, if that makes sense. So now, how are you going to determine where that body should go? So where the body has to go will be depending on where the note is. So it means if the note is on the third line is the middle of the stave. So it means it can either go up or it can either come down. It means if it's in the middle, so let me draw it here. So this is the middle of the stave. So if it's the middle, it can either go up or it can come down. But if it is beyond, let's say it is over the middle line, then it has to come down because we have more space down. Then if it is below the third line, then it has to either go up because we have more space up. Just think about it that way. Like I said, it's just a concept. All right. And the way I'll teach you, I'll just teach you to give you logic so that you can easily remember these things and not get confused. So let's get into practical. So if we have this one here, and let's say this is C. So remember, it is above the line, so there's space down, we'll put it down. Then let's use this note now. This note will be, let's put it on C. Then put another one on C. Then, now this is going to be 1, and this is going to be 2, and remember this is half, half, and half plus half gives you 1. So, and how do we play this one? We play this one when our head is down and when the head goes up. So this one is just down, and this one is down, up. So if we play this one, this will be down, then down, up. So just keep your head moving in that direction. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So that's how it should be played. You have C, 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 C. So let me be sure you understand what we have done so far before we move another level. Let me be sure you understand what we have so far. So take note, we're learning how to read music in no time. Like it's a very, very quick shortcut to learn how to read music. All right. Buddy Michael understands. Then let me be sure you are following. So now, before we move on, do you have any song in mind? Any song that you're thinking that we can use to explain this? Let's say, do you know the song? Um, do you know the song? Maybe No One by Alicia Keys, or which song do you know that everyone knows, so that I can explain that? Um, Campanella. I don't know that one. So what kind of music is Campanella? Is it a classical music, or is it a pop music? What kind of music is it? So if it's a classical music or a pop music, so we just need, oh, a classical. So okay, then let's use classical music, all right? But something very, very simple. The idea is not to confuse people, but to make people understand what we are doing right here. So that's the goal. We want you to understand what we're doing right here. So that's why I'm trying not to make it complicated. So if you remember the, I think 4 LAs, which is so let's look at that one. I'm only going to play what I'm explaining. All right? More than one kind. Okay, so we're going to use different examples. All right, there are 4 LAs. So we're going to use different examples. So I'm only going to just play melody because the idea is to explain the counting. All right? So let me clean this. Let me clean this. So now I want you to take note of how the sound goes as against the beat. So think of the beat and the sound. So I'm going to do ta 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 ta. That's the only part we're going to use. So follow the movement of my head. Ta 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 ta. So which note is being used here? Is it this note or this note? So is it B or A? Now take note, I'll do it slowly. We have ta 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 ta. So now let's see if you are following now. So ta 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 ta. Remember, my head is going down. Ta, then ta, which is going to be B. All right? So ta, 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 ta. You see that? So that's another B again. So ta, 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 ta. Another B. Then, so we'll do that again. Ta, 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 ta. Another B. Remember, we're having down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So down will be A. So let's break that down now so that you are not confused. On the B, we have E, E flat. So here we have E. Let's have F, A, C, E. So this is E. So we have E, E, then let's have E flat. So for us to write E flat, we need to write the E and put a flat before that note. So if you're wondering what does a flat mean, a flat will reduce a note. So it will take a note down one semitone. So let me show you on the keyboard. So this is your E. This is your E. When you flatten this E, or you see like a flat is before the E, it means this E has to come here. Then it becomes E flat. It becomes E flat. So now, here we have the first number B, which will be this. So let me bring it down so that you can see the notes properly. So it might not be as down as this, but I just want you to see it clearly. So the first two notes is this, which is your E, E flat. So remember, this note means when you go down, you play it. So in this case, when we go down, we play E, and when we go up, we play E flat. So we have E, so remember, I hope you're following me. Then we will do that again. We'll do that again. Again. So it's repeated. So in this case, because we already have flat here, there is something called the natural sign. The natural sign will be placed here. So let me explain the natural sign. Before I talk about the natural, let's talk about flat and sharp. Let me clean this up. Let's talk about flat and sharp. So A, when you sharpen A, it takes A forward. Then it becomes A sharp. When you flatten A, it takes A backward and becomes A flat. That is the principle. Use it for all the alphabet and you're good. So let's explain that. This is A. A sharp will go up here. Here. And this is A. A flat will go backward. Here. So backward is more like to the left and forward is like to the right. Okay? So do the same thing for B. B goes forward will be B sharp. Oh, you'll be like, oh, that's C, not B sharp. It is B sharp. A lot of people don't know that. It is B sharp, or it can be called C. So you can call it B sharp or C. So let's go back to B. So bringing B backwards becomes B flat. So this note is B flat. Let me be sure you are following. Are you confused? Are you following? Before I move forward, you have any confusion? Type that in the comments. You want me to explain that? I'm going to come back, explain that, so that we are sure we are following together. Type that in the comment. Let me be sure you are following. All right, you understand? I see you, Marlon, Joseph, and Woody Michael understands. All right. So the Roblox National News Network. So let's be sure. Okay, keep going. Okay, all right. I see you, Dab, the big crowd. I see you. Welcome. So so make sure you click on the subscribe button if you've not done that, so that you don't miss out on this again. So now that is how we get the sharp and we get the flat. So it means anytime you see this symbol before any note, it is telling you that that note is flattened. Remember, the way you write it like this is different from the way you see it on the music. So the flat has to come before the note. Remember, how do you read English? You read English from left to right. If I write something like this now, how are you? How are you going to read it? You're going to start from here and you keep going till you get to you. So that's how you read. So you're not going to be reading from the back to maybe another language does that. Or maybe I think Arabic or maybe Russian does that by reading backwards. But reading English, you have to read from the left to the right. So that's why you need to have the flat first before the note. So it's telling you that any note that comes after this flat is already flattened. That's what that means. Any note that comes after this flat, all the notes in this place would now become E flat. So in order for you to cancel that effect, you need to introduce natural sign. So that natural sign says, I don't want you to flatten the note anymore. I don't want you to sharpen the note anymore. Bring it back to the natural position. So that's why we put the natural sign here, and this then becomes E. So remember, this is E. This one is E flat. This is E flat because of this flat here. Then when we come here, because we introduce the natural sign, which is this here, then this note will come back to become E because of this natural sign. So for us to have another E flat again, we need to add another flat to this one to then become E flat. Let me know if that makes sense. Type that in the comment if you're following. Any confusion, type that in the comment. Let me know if that makes sense. Any confusion, type that in the comment. If I should keep going, type that, keep going. Do you understand? Because that's how we're going to be moving forward. I have to keep asking you if you're following, so that I'm sure that I'm still talking to you, you're still here. And feel free, if there's something specifically you want to understand, you want to learn, type that in the comment as well. We can address that as well. How does natural sign look like? Okay, so let's explain that. That's a good question. So have you seen the hash sign? You see the hash sign that you have on your phone. So let's clean this. Let's clean this. That's a good question. How does a natural sign looks like? So this is how you need to know how a sharp looks like first. So a sharp looks like, think of you having a line like this, then this other line is taller. Okay? Because if you look at the hash sign on your phone, let's look at that. Or what do you call that? Do you call that pound? Or how do you call that? How do you call that? So in this case now, look at it. Remember that the sharp sign, the sharp sign, this part goes higher. Then we have something like this, almost like what you have on your phone. Thank you so much, the big Gronk. Thank you so much. Do appreciate that. All right. So I'm actually on a journey trying to make sure that I impact my knowledge to a lot of people. So that's why I'm doing that right now. So now take note that the first part, this part is higher. So the natural sign is like the reverse. It's like the reverse. So all you need to do is make this one higher and make this one lower. So it's going to look like this. See that? So let's do that here. So we have this will be higher. Then let's do like this. Then bring this one down. So that's how you have the natural side. Let me know if you're with me. So let me know if you're following, you're with me, and you get it now. And take note, these are the three symbols that we can have. This is the sharp, this is the natural, and this is the flat. So this is the sharp, this is the natural, and this is the flat. And take note what this different symbol do. The sharp will increase the note by a semitone. So basically it takes it to the next note in front of it. So for instance, let's look for any note. D. Sharpen, you go forward to the right, which is the next immediate note. Then go back to D. Flat, you go back D flat. So you can use the same principle on any note. When you're doing sharp, you go to the right. When you're doing flat, you go to the left. That's the same thing. Don't think anything more than that. So whether you are in the midst of, don't think about black or white keys. It doesn't matter whether it's black and black, or black and white, or white and black, or black and black. Just follow the principle. You always get it right. So the same way a lot of people don't know there is B sharp, a lot of people also don't know there's also E sharp. So because if you go to E and you go forward to this one, because that's the next note, which is the same thing as your F. Everybody know that note as F. But this is also E sharp or F, because E can go forward to become E sharp. Oh, I understand now. I usually see this sign when I read the music. Okay. Okay. So that's good. Thank you, because I now know. Okay, I know now. All right, so that's good. So remember, sharp, higher, natural, lower, flat. So let me see if I have a book. Let me see if I have a book to show you that practically. All right, let's use this one. Let's use this one. So I'm going to move to lesson 8. So I'm not sure if you really can see it. So because that's why I say you guys should make sure you click on the subscribe button, because if you're clicking on the subscribe button, I will use the computer to do that. Then you can see that easily. You can see that better. So because if you're using the computer, then I can always zoom to the note and you can see. So I'm showing you this part. So if you see here, this note, you see here is the bass clef. See that? That's the bass clef. And this note represents 2 beats. Then let's look for the note. It's in the 4th space. 4th space. So in this case is the bass clef. Remember, the first line will be G. So G, jump to, you jump A, go to B. Remember, we're looking for the 4th space. So G, you move to A. So A is going to be the 1st space. So from A, you jump B, go to C. That's the 2nd space. Then so let's explain it here. 4th space. Remember, I told you can use your hands. You can use your hands. This is G. Then here will be A. So this is the 1st space. A. After A, we have B. Then jump to C. See, so A, C. So that's the 2nd space. 1st space, 2nd space. So D, E. That's the 3rd space. After E, we have F, then we have G. So it means 4th space, it's on the G. So it means we are playing the G. So in this case, if we talk about the actual pitch, it's going to be this G. So, and that G has to be played for 2 beats, which will be 1, 2. Then let's look at, okay, before we start, there's one note here that we actually skipped. Because if you look at the bar line, there is one note, which is an 8 notes, half 8 note. Then this one is also the 8 note, which is the number B, like I said. So it is this note. It's this note, but half of it. So the music started from this note. So this one is not observed. It started from here. The music started from here. So most time music can start from a half beat. So it means, remember, how do we play this? We play this by doing down and up. So note and note. So in this case now, the down beat is not played. It's only the up beat you play. So it will be silence, play. So silence, play. Silence, play. So that's where the music starts from. So let's look at this one here. It's in the third space of the treble clef. So before we get here, we're starting from here because I missed that note. I missed this first note. So here, 3rd space. So what is the 3rd space? Let's calculate it. Treble clef starts from E. So E, 3rd space. So this is where we are coming. We are coming here, 3rd space. So E, F, G. Go back to A, B, C. So C is the 3rd space. So it means this is a C. This note is a C. So this note is a C. So it means that note is a C, but we are going to play the upbeat. So this is how we play it. We would have 1. So on the 1, we're not playing anything. We play when our head goes up. That's when we play the C. So it would be C, C. You see that? So C. So we play it when the head is up. So C. So that's how you play that line. So now let's look at only maybe the right hand alone. Let's look at only the right hand alone. Let's look at this one's up. Because this one, okay, let's start from the easier one because this is easy. So this is 2 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat. So 2 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat. The best thing for me to do is let me write it on the board. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this so that anytime you see a music book, you know how to read it with no confusion whatsoever. All right, so let me write it down. So I'll write, let me also draw the bass clef. So the bass clef will be here. So I'll just try to manage the space. So the bass clef will be here. All right. So now, for this one here is the right hand. Right hand. And for this one here is your left hand. So all you need to remember is what alphabet this one starts with. This one starts with the G on the first line. And this one starts with the E on the first line. That's all you need to remember for now as a beginner, all right? So let me write the note out. So this one is this one, we have this note which is 2 beats. 2 beats. Then this one we have, this is in the 4th space, and this one is also in the 4th space but 1 beat, and this one is in the 2nd space. Now this one has to go up because there's space more on the up. All right. All right. The Big Croc says, I'm watching as a person that makes instruments on a MPC, but I have a mini keyboard, but I can't go from white keys to black keys and make it sounds coherent. Let me understand what you're saying. I'm watching as a person but makes instruments on MPC. Or do you mean on a PC? But I have a mini. Oh, I see. But I have a mini keyboard, but I can't go from white keys to black keys and make it sound coherent. Oh, you mean, are you playing from a computer? Let me understand what you're referring to, so that makes sense. So now, this is 2 beats. This is 1 beat, and this is 1 beat. Oh, MIDI keyboard, I see. Okay, that makes sense. MIDI keyboard. So you're playing on a computer. Oh, you mean MPC, like a MIDI controller? Oh, like a MIDI controller that's connected to your system. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So this is 2 beats. Oh, both. Okay. So this is 2 beats, this is 1 beat, and this is 1 beat. Now, remember, this is in the 4th space. How do we do that? Remember your G. So this is G. we are coming here. This is where we are coming. So G, after you get to G, start from A again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You see, that's the fourth space. Fourth space. So we know that now that is G. Let me write it up here. G. Then this one, C, it is still in the same fourth space. So we don't have to think about it too much. It's the same G as well. So let's look at this one. It's in the second space. Go back to the fingers again. Remember, this starts from G. So G, after G, go to A, B, C. So the note is C because we are moving to the second space. So C. So we have C. So it means we are playing G, G, C. But this G is for 2 beats. So it means to play the first G, you have to do 1, 2. This is for 2 beats. So every time your head goes down, that's what you're counting. So 1, 2. Then you play this on 1. 1. Then you play this C now on 1, which is C. Now take note. When you play going up, the music gets higher. When you play going down, the music gets lower. So if you look at this G is higher and this C is lower. So that's why we have to play the C that is low, not the higher C. So in this case, G, we're playing this G 2 times, which is 1, 2. Then we are playing this C that is here, not this one, because this one is higher. So this one is lower. That's the one we are playing. So 2 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat. So it means 1, 2, 1, 1. Take note, that's how you play it, because this is 2 beats, 1 beat, 1 beat. So 1, 2, 1, 1, which would be G, 2, G, C. All right? So if you're going to play that with your left hand now, so you have 1, 2, 1, 1. Sorry, C. So 1, 2, 1, 2. If that makes sense. So that's how you play this particular one on your left hand. So let's move to the right hand. So let me write this. So if you look at this, all these are all 8 notes. They're all half beat. So let's write that out. So we have on the third line, we have second space, we have second line, we have first space, we have first line, we have below the first line, then we have below the first line again. So below the bottom space. So we need to put a small line here because to extend it. So it's below this one. So we will draw it here. All right. Then we now have on the third space. So now in this case, now we'll draw these 4 together. So we'll draw these 4 together. Now take note, the note we are drawing is this. Don't get it twisted. The note we're drawing is this. So then here, we can also keep the notes up as well. So let's put it up. Then let's connect this one. So this one goes here. And this one goes here. All right, so now let's play these notes. Let's play these notes. Before we play them, let's write out all the alphabets so it makes sense. Now this is on the third line. Third line, let's look for third line. Remember, this starts with E because it's on the treble clef. So E, F, G, A. Remember, after G, A, then B. So this is B. So the first one is B. Now look at this. Once you have gotten this one, right? Once you get this one, use this one to connect every other note so that you don't have to start counting every time. Because this is B, remember, when you are going higher, the alphabet is going up. So it means you'll be going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and back to A again. So B is coming down. So where does B come down to? It comes down to A. So because it comes down to the next space, from this line to this space is A. So we write that A. The same thing, from this space is coming down to this line. What comes down below A? G. That's how you quickly identify it. You don't have to start looking for it on your fingers again. So this one, from this line, is coming down to this space. So what is below G? F. That's it. So from here now, we're already on F. F comes down to the next line. So what is below F? E. So the same way, this line, it comes down to this. What is below E? D. Then from this one, we're already on D. So what comes down to D? C. It's that simple. So now you see this one now jumps up here. So we can either use the sentence, which is FAC, or we find it using our fingers. From here, this is E. So let's look for the third space. We're doing E, F, G, then, so E, F, G, then after G, A, B, C. So we know it's C. So here we're coming to C. But now take note that this C is going to be a higher C. I always like to put a mark up here so that you know it's a higher one. All right? So now, how would you play all this? The first thing you want to do, know how to count all of them before you worry about playing them. So you count this by down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you will play C, A, G, F, E, D, C, C. So follow the movement of your head. So we're going to start from B. So it's going to be this B. Because we are playing B, A, G, F, then we do E, D, C. Then we have this C. So I'll do that again. A, G, F, then E, D, C, C. For you to play this better, you need to know the scale. So how do you play your scale? You play your scale with these first three fingers on C. So you play your scale with these first three fingers and play the remaining scale with these 5 fingers. Thank you so much. Welcome, Alex Garcia. So 3 fingers first, then 5 fingers. So in this case now we have C, D, E is with the first 3 fingers. C, D, E, first 3 fingers. Then all your fingers now starting from F. F, G, A, B, C. So that's how you play your scale. So C, D, E, then go back to this first finger on F, F, G, A, B, C. So in this case now, the music is coming down, starting from B. So we have to, if we look at the 5 fingers that we use normally for the scale, we are going to be starting from the B. So we're not starting from the C. Because if we start from the C, then we have to use this pinky. So we're using this. The finger you use is very important to help you play it properly. So we're using this finger. So it will be B, A, G, F. Then you come to this finger because the first three fingers come into the scale. E, D, C, then C. So now, once you know how to use the fingers, we can now play them in the actual time, which is E, A, da, ba, 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 ba. If that makes sense. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, ba. Okay? So now, it becomes technical when you want to put both hands together. So now, how would you learn to put both hands together? You need to merge them together. So this will be, if you calculate it, remember this is half, 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 half. Remember this is half, 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 half. So half plus half is 1. Another half plus half is 2. So it means that this and this are equivalent because this is 2 beats and this 4/2 is also 2 beats. Let me know if you understand so far, then I can move on. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because, like I said, I'm going to be using this period now to transfer my knowledge to people free of charge. So make sure you're also tapping on your screen, you share as well, subscribe so that you don't miss out on this again. So type in the comment if you are following or any confusion, then I can also explain that. All right, I see you, Marlon. I see you, Booty Michael. So if you're still watching, type that in the comment that you understand. All right. So now, remember, this is 2 beats. And this is also 2 beats. So these 4 notes should blend with this one. So it means left hand is playing G. So let's go to left hand playing G. So left hand, we're going to use this one for G, the thumb. So it should be this G. Okay? It should be this G. So it should be 1, 2. And while we are playing on the right hand, remember we're using this finger. So what we need is this first 4 notes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first 2 notes we need. So, but how are we going to count it? We're going to count it as 1 and 3, 2 and. Sorry again. 1 and 2 and. So the only thing you need to know is that when you start on 1, both hands to go together. So 1. So you're playing the G and you hold that G all through till the 2 beat is complete. So it means when you are done playing your right hand, that's when you can let go. Remember, we're doing beginner's level here. So we have 1 and 2 and that's it. So 1 and 2 and. Okay, then 1 and 2 and. If that makes sense. So that's how you play this particular part and this one. Then let's move to this one. Remember, we are trying to blend both hands together. So in this case now, we will have so in this case now we would have this one beat. 2 of this is what will make 1 beat. So this G, this particular G should blend with these 2, which is ED. So we have the first one we have done, which is 1 next one we are doing now is ED with G. So G is still the same place. So which we're playing 1, 2, then 1 again. But the right hand is playing ED. So it will be ED. Remember? ED. Because in the first beat, which is on the E, you will play the G together. So E, then on the upbeat you play the D. Sorry, E, it's E, D, not D, C. That was a mistake. So E, D. So we have E, D, right? E, D. So let's see if we can put everything together now. Sorry, the first one and the second one. So the first one is 1 and 2 and then the next one is 1 and. So let's do that again. 1 and 2 and 1 and. So you see we don't stop. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. So let me know if you understand so far before I move forward. Before we complete that up. So let me know if you understand so far. Because we're going to be rounding up pretty soon now. So let me know if you understand so far. Make sure, like I said, click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on. If you click on the subscribe button, make sure you click on the notification bell icon and select all. Okay, you understand so far, so that's good. So I'll also be typing on the cool, Miss Favor, welcome, how are you doing? So I'll also be typing on the community tab, giving some free music lessons on the tab. Okay, got it. All right, perfect. So now let's do the remaining one, which is this. Remember, this 2 is also equal to this 1. And remember, here we are playing C. We are playing C. So it means for this one, we are playing C together with the left C, and we play the remaining upbeat, the higher C. So right hand alone is doing C, C, which is C, C. And while left hand is doing C, 1 beat. So remember, this left hand and this one comes together. So it will be C. Then before you do the up one. So this is what we have. C, C. I'll do that again. C, C. One more time. C, C. So that's how you do that. So if we play everything together now, remember, first one is 1 and 2 and. That's the first one. Then the next one is 1 and. Then the next one is 1. Okay. So let's see if we can put everything together without stopping. That is where it gets technical for beginners. Playing everything together, seeing all these different notes and trying to put them together, that's where it gets confusing. So you just need to understand the calculation. So we have 1 and 2 and 1 and 1. See that? So I'll do it slow. 1 and 2 and 1 and 1. So the best thing for you to do now at this point is to memorize what you are doing. Don't think about the beat again. Memorize it. So you are doing. sound. Don't worry about the music again. Think about the sound and get used to it, memorize it. So let's try it on the beat now. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So learn how to count the beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So be that's how it should go. So it should be so this is the right hand alone. So the left hand is so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all right, so that's gonna be it. So let me know if you understood till this very point, because this is going to be like the very end of today's live stream. So like I said, let me know how far if you got and understood that till this very point. And also feel free to type in the comment. Let me know exactly where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from, because we have people in the US. I'm also in the US, and we have people from Nigeria. We have people from South Africa. So let me know exactly where you're watching from. So this is going to be the very end of this particular live stream. So if you enjoy this and you don't want to miss that, feel free to, okay, Miss Favor, I see you from Nigeria, my Niger people, how on a day? All right, great. So so feel free to click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on this. It's going to be a constant thing that we're going to be having. And if you also have uh, okay, if you also have WhatsApp as well, so we'll also have to join you guys in the WhatsApp group so you can easily ask your questions. So it's all right. So that's good. You've subscribed. So as long as you've done that, you're going to get my messages when I put them on the community tab. All right. So if you don't have any more questions, so stay tuned. Then we'll be doing this more often. So probably tomorrow as well. So have a good one. Then I will see you guys some other time as well. All right. So you can also inform your friends as well if they also want to use this privilege to learn. And if you're coming on the next one, if you have any questions, bring them in. Then we're going to. All right. So let's see. That's the reason why I'm asking to know where you're watching from. That gives me an idea of what time. Give the time that will benefit everybody. So tell me what time works best for you. So because let me see. Because right now here in the US, it's like almost 2 minutes to 5 p.m. So if we say, we can say max 1 hour at least. max 1 hour if we're going to be doing the classes. So max 1 hour. So if so you can type in the comments what time do you think works best for you. If you want to do that, like what time works best for you, you know, because of the time difference, because I am in the US. So take note, you're just getting this privilege now. This privilege is not going to stay forever. So type in the comment what time works best for you. So if we want us to do same time, we can do same time. Okay, a time like this is fine. Oh, North Carolina. All right, that's great. Okay, you can only do 2 days. Which days works best for you and what time? Which days works best for you and what time? So what I can also do is, if you probably don't make it for the live stream, then we'll see. All right, so but it's very important that you have your questions, have the questions that you want to ask. It will be beneficial. So I think now a time like this is fine. So now in Nigeria should be maybe, is it 11 p.m.? Okay, Mondays and Fridays. All right. Yes. Mondays and Fridays seems perfect. Okay, that should be 11 p.m. Okay. All right, great. All right, nice one, because I get people from Nigeria too. So what which part for which place for Nigeria you did, and what instrument are you doing, Miss Favor? What instrument are you doing, or is it voice? Which one are you doing? You did laugh. Okay, today's time is fine. All right. So what is your time right now in North Carolina, Marlon Joseph? Oh, it's 5:02 p.m. Oh, you're using the same time with me, so we're on the same time zone then. So so I can't even remember. Let me see what time we started today. Oh wow, it's actually been like almost 3 hours that have been live streaming. So that's like almost 2 p.m. So that's like 2 p.m. I started. Let me see. I want to learn the piano. I can play the drums. Okay, that's great. All right. Okay, so that's good. So it will also be beneficial if you're coming in, you just give an idea, come with questions. You understand? Come with questions. So if it's questions that I'm able to answer, then I'll answer. The one I don't know, because I don't definitely know everything. But the ones I know, definitely we can look at that. So um let's see, Booty Michael. What time works for you as well, Booty Michael? Okay, please can you save and post the record of these live sessions on your channel too? Okay, I can do that as well. So just in case you miss it. So but it's very, very important that you make sure you because the more people we have as well on the live stream, that encourages me to do the classes as well. So if we don't have more people to talk to, then there's nothing to teach. So if that makes sense. So that's why we need to make a decision on the time that works for every one. Then I'll see how to plan that in my own schedule. So because my own schedule is flexible. So let's see. So let me know, does let's say, so for Marlon can only make Mondays and Fridays. So I would probably say the Mondays and the Fridays that you can catch up with us, then that's great. Which is um so what time do you think works best? Because I think we started this stream by 2 p.m. So that means let me see. Yeah, we started the stream around 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. night, which is 3 hours back. So now if now is 11 p.m., it should be 12 p.m. in South Africa. So that's like three hours back South African time. South African time will be so 11:10 3 hours back. So 5 4 3 2. Okay. So it should be South African time should be 11:10 9. So which is 9. Then Nigerian time should be load shedding. Okay. A suitable time is the same as today. Okay. 5 to Okay, so what is your suitable time? Type that in the comments. I know South Africa now. South Africa, because I used to live in South Africa as well. They start doing load shedding now where the light goes off. It's more like NEPA in Nigeria. So NEPA will take light. So 5 to I think it's 5 to 10. So South Africa too, they take light now because they have load shedding. They have schedule, but the difference with South Africa is that they tell you when they're going to take the light and when they will bring the electricity back. So what time are you having load shedding? Is it from 5 to 10 p.m., from 17 to 22? Is that when you're having load shedding? So maybe we can do it before that time, because or after that time. So for Miss Favor, your own time will be, so that's 10 9 8. So it should be 8 p.m. for your own time. That's if it's going to be 3 hours back. Then if it is Marlon, it's going to be same, like 2 p.m. So but let's okay, that one better. Since you use solar, so solar is the way to go if you're always experiencing electricity issue. I know it's not cheap, so But especially if you're in a country whereby electricity is an issue, you can be planning towards that. No, it's an investment that you probably take your time and plan towards it, because um, electricity is definitely important. So if you don't have solar, you probably won't have generator. But people are moving from generator now to electricity to solar. Um, so so let's make a decision. Booty Michael, tell me, what time is your load shedding? Because load shedding is from 5 to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So load shedding is 5 hours. Bro. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Because for South African time is 1 hour ahead of Nigerian time. So if Nigeria is 5, South Africa will be 6 p.m. So let me get this straight. Are you trying to do it before 5 p.m. or after 10 p.m.? Tell me, Booty Michael, what works best for you, before 5 p.m. or after 10 p.m.? So I think we're just waiting for you before we now go out, so that we have a time that everybody can plan towards it and meet at that time. So the good thing about that is, if you join the stream, you can ask questions. Yes, Nigerian time is 6 hours ahead of my time, but it is 1 hour ahead from South African time. So no, it's 1 hour, before South African time, I guess. So if Nigerian time is 5 p.m., South African time will be 6 p.m. So Booty Michael, we're probably waiting for you. So tell me, which one works best for you, before 5 p.m. or after 10 p.m.? Because from your message, I think you're saying 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. is when you have load shedding. So I know how that feels in South Africa. I know people don't really have generator that much in South Africa, but I think people will start buying generator now in South Africa. Okay, how about before 5 p.m.? Before 5 p.m. Okay, so let me do the math first. Let's be sure if that's possible, because that's going to be like 7 hours to my time. So that's probably going to be around 10 a.m. my time. 10 a.m. my time. 10 a.m. my time. So let me see. So 5 p.m. is going to be 4 p.m. for Miss Favor. And so let's hear from the others how that works for you. So Miss Favor, how does that work for you? Because that's going to be like your, let's say 4 p.m. thereabouts. So max 1 hour. Then because if we have it after 10 your time, then we can have more time if we want to. But if it's going to be before 5 p.m., then we'll probably just be planning for 1 hour. Then we can be saying 4 p.m. your time. So 4 p.m. South African time is going to be 3 p.m. Okay, so now, Booty Michael, what do you feel? Maybe after 10. Maybe after 10. How does after 10 work for you? Maybe, let's say 10:30. Let's say 10:30. Let's say 10:30 your time, Booty Michael, because I know when they say load shedding, they don't bring it on 10. They will wait for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So remember, I used to live in South Africa as well, so I know the load shedding situation. So, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to wait till it comes back. So maybe let's plan for 10:30. Booty Michael, if that works for you, then we can do 10:30. Or if we say 10, then you probably join us if that's what you want, then we can do that as well. But I know the electricity doesn't come immediately at that time. Then if it is 10, it's going to be 9 p.m. Miss Favor. Okay, so 10:30 will be fine. So that would be 9:30 p.m. for Miss Favor, and that 10:30. I did not even calculate that to see how that works in my own time. Let me see, because I also have stops as well. Um, so that's like 7 hours. So that's probably gonna be like 3:30, right? So I think that should be like 3:30 my time. Okay, I think 3:30 should be fine. So how does that work for you, Marlon Joseph? Okay, 9:30, perfect. So we'll probably be locking it in on that time. All right, great. So we're locking it in on for 9:30. So which we're probably going to keep it on that time for Monday and Friday as well. Then if we're doing tomorrow as well, it's going to be on the same time. Yes, 3:30 p.m. p.m. not a.m. because I need to sleep, bro. But though I don't always sleep early though. So yes, it's p.m. Yes. So 3:30 p.m. So we can also do 3:30 p.m. as well tomorrow as well. Then but we're going to lock it on that time. So whichever way we're probably going to be using, we'll lock it on that time so we know, because like I said, I'm only considering people that needs that value. So those are the ones I'm going to be spending my time on, not people that don't need the value. All right. So have a very good one. I'll see you as well tomorrow by 3:30 p.m. Even if I don't make that, like I said, we're going to put that on the community tab. Are we on the same platform, YouTube? Yes, YouTube. Yes, on the same platform, YouTube. So that's why I want you to make sure you are following, because I'll type a message on the community tab and join you guys on that community tab. So whatever information we want to pass across, we can pass across the information. If I also want to go live, I'll probably type that in the comment as well so that you get the notification as well. All right. So if you have any other question as related to that, then you can ask. If you don't have, then we'll call it a day. Then I will see you tomorrow. If you're not able to make it that time tomorrow as well, I will post the live stream so you can also watch it. And like I said, if you're coming for the class, come with questions. Whether you're a beginner, pro level, it doesn't matter. Come with your questions. We'll address that. All right. So, and also feel free to share this. So share this anytime you're in the live stream. You share, you tap on the screen. That way it encourages me to teach you guys more. All right. So if you don't have any questions, I will see you tomorrow. All right. So if you also want to reach out to me, the community tab as well is where how you can reach out to me. Or if you want to reach out to me, you can also check my Facebook, or check my Instagram, or even my TikTok. Same name, Pentatonickc. So that's if you're watching from that. All right. So have a wonderful one. Then I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, you're just coming in, Perez. You're welcome, Miss Favor. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, you just